Hello, welcome to this update. So, we have some serious weather going on today. We have this big enhanced risk there for severe weather, all the way from northeastern Colorado and Nebraska, all the way up into Canada. And we have this light risk all the way from Utah and northern Oklahoma, all the way north to Canada as well. Then this big marginal risk that surrounds it, and this other marginal risk from Alabama to North Carolina. So let's see here. First, hail. So we have a 30% risk for very large hail in parts of North Dakota and eastern Montana, and kind of northwest and South Dakota too, and also affecting parts of Saskatchewan there in Canada. And this hatched area for 10% probability of 2-inch or larger hail diameter in the hatched area, so be aware. We have this 15% all the way from the Texas Panhandle to Saskatchewan, and this 5% that surrounds it. Wind is also 30%, and this hatched area for hurricane force winds. So, and we have basically in the whole slide a 15% in the whole slide, and a 30% in the enhanced, and also hatched in the 15% in parts of Montana. So be aware. For tornadoes, we have just 5% there from Nebraska to Saskatchewan, and this 2% from Kansas all the way north. And also this small 2% in Utah, northwestern Colorado, and southern Wyoming there. And there nothing, but in the southeast we have a 5% wind threat and no hail, just 5% wind threat there. So let's see here. The greatest severe thunderstorm threat is over parts of north central high plains this afternoon and evening. Gusts near 80 miles per hour, damaging hail greater than 2.5 inches, and a few tornadoes are possible. So it will be kind of intense today. Please be careful and warn others in that region. So first, let's see how it will be happening for today, and then we will check the next few days here. So this is the latest HER. Let's see here. First, for these areas here, this run is not fully loaded yet, but we can try to see something. So by the afternoon or something, we have some thunderstorms popping in the southwest, lots of showers there, and some stronger thunderstorms in parts of Utah and Colorado too. And then also very strong storms in parts of Nebraska and Kansas and South Dakota there. And then this run is over. For the north, we have a lot of showers already in parts of South Dakota, Montana, and Alberta. So this low pressure will strengthen a little bit and start going north, start going to the east. So by early this afternoon, we already get storms in Montana and more, and some there. And let's see, the low pressure will keep going. Some more storms start firing in Alberta there, and then this keep going. Some stronger storms in Montana, and a lot of rain and storms in Alberta and in Saskatchewan. So let's see, the low pressure keeps going. More strong storms in Montana there, and some really strong ones going into North Dakota there, and also the ones in South Dakota there, and then some very strong storms up there in Saskatchewan and in parts of North Dakota by the end of this run. And this line here, by 2Z Friday, I think it's tonight or late this evening, this could have a lot of damaging winds in this line here that the HER is showing. Some other very strong storms still in Canada there, from Alberta to Manitoba, and very strong storms in Nebraska too, in South Dakota by the end of this run. Let's see here. Wait. Okay, so this is the end here. Still shows a lot of storms. So let's see the past run here. so we can see a little bit further. So that old run stopped here when we were with the line there. So the storms, the heavy rains in parts of Canada continue, especially in eastern North Dakota. By tonight, some heavy rain there, going into Minnesota too. Very heavy rain. Look at this big line of rain, all the way from Saskatchewan to Iowa. So a lot of rain and storms too. But some other strong storms by 10Z Friday, which should be late during the night. Some other strong storms in South Dakota there, in Iowa and Minnesota. And then this keeps going and it dissipates a little bit by tomorrow, but still with some showers in Quebec and Ontario, and maybe more storms by tomorrow afternoon in parts of the Midwest there, and and southern Ontario too. Some stronger storms by tomorrow afternoon. And then here, the low pressure keeps going there. The storms move away, but we might have more tomorrow. So let's see. Wait, I'll just show you some stuff again so you can see well. So this afternoon, please be careful with these strong storms in Montana and Saskatchewan there, and these ones in Nebraska too, and South Dakota when they go into North Dakota. So please be careful, they'll be very strong. So let's see some thermodynamics here. First, let's see what this significant tornado parameter has. So wait, so this is by 20Z today. It shows some values there in parts of South Dakota and Nebraska. Let's see. By 23Z, it's showing a little bit higher values in South Dakota, parts of North Dakota there in Nebraska. By 3Z Friday, which should be like tonight, late at night, it shows like it dissipates a lot. By 5Z, some scary things, but that won't be anything because there'll be no storms over that area and nothing. So what it shows here, it currently shows the main area with ingredients for tornadoes will be around South Dakota there, and parts of Nebraska maybe, and maybe North Dakota, especially this afternoon there. So be aware in the whole area of 5% and 2%, and even outside the 2% there can be a tornado, so you never know. Be aware in all the places. So let's see here some updraft helicity here. It has so by wait, let's go back to the first here. So by 20Z today, it shows some lines in Montana there, in normal shells, so the probability of rotating updrafts. By 22Z, some thin lines, but nothing big, but some bigger lines in Montana there, and this also indicates the chance for large hail. And then by tonight, by 3Z, it shows lots of lines in North Dakota, in northeastern Montana, and still there in Montana, some in Nebraska and South Dakota too. And then by the end of this run, until 7Z tomorrow, it shows some thin lines there, but mainly in North Dakota, Montana, and some other areas. So let's see some cape here. So this is the most unstable cape. So let's see, this is now in the morning, let's see this afternoon. So by 19Z, it already shows more instability there in Nebraska and the Dakotas, especially South Dakota. some in Montana and there to the south, but there won't be any storms there. Maybe just in northern Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle. And let's see, by 22Z, it shows lots of instability there in parts of Nebraska and the Dakotas. So there are different types of Cape values. This is the most unstable Cape. We will see some other values soon. So by 0Z tonight, it still shows some Cape there. And then it starts dissipating a little bit during the night. But let's see some some mixed layer Cape, which is usually what most people use to see the instability. So by 18Z, we already have some instability there in Nebraska and South Dakota. By 21Z, more Cape there. Let's see. By 0Z, it shows more Cape there. So this will be like late this evening, I think. And by 2Z, it starts dissipating already during the night. But the time with most instability will be like around 21 and 22Z there in South Dakota and Nebraska and those other areas. And other areas there too, some instability there. And let's see what else. Some wind shears, some bulk shear, there in Montana especially, and in other areas too, some wind shear for these storms. And let's see. This is okay, I think. So let's see what else we have here. So wait. So they also have the slight risk all the way down to Utah there. So show some strong storms there. And in Colorado today, this afternoon, showing some stronger ones there in southwestern Colorado, maybe. And those strong ones there, maybe in Kansas and Nebraska and South Dakota. So be careful. And let's see. Maybe some thunderstorms and some tropical showers around the southeast, and especially there in North and South Carolina. We have that marginal risk there for wind. It shows the line of storms there, so be aware too. Let's see. In Florida, maybe a shower or two or a thunderstorm, but nothing big. And we still have that low pressure exiting the northeast there and bringing more rain to Canada. And this afternoon shows more storms in Quebec there in some areas, so be aware too. Let's see. Let's see the next few days of severe weather, and then we check excessive rainfall and those things. So this is for tomorrow, day 2. There's a slight risk from Colorado to Minnesota, and this marginal risk all the way from Utah down to northern Oklahoma, all the way east to Illinois, and all the way north to southern Canada. So let's see. Tornado is actually 5% tomorrow in parts of Missouri, Kansas, and southeastern Nebraska, and even southern Iowa. So there's this 2% from Colorado to Minnesota. Wind is 15% and 5%, and it's hatched there in Kansas and Nebraska, Colorado. And hail is also hatched in that area, and 15 and 5% for tomorrow. Severe thunderstorms may develop across parts of Central Plains into parts of the upper Midwest and upper Mississippi Valley on Friday. Large hail, damaging winds, and a couple of tornadoes will be possible. So be aware there for Friday. Let's see. For day 3, for Saturday, we also have a slight risk in Ohio and Pennsylvania, and this marginal risk all the way from Colorado to southern Ontario. So let's see. Probabilistic, just 15 and 5%. Let's see. Damaging winds and a couple of tornadoes are possible across parts of the upper Ohio Valley and Northeast on Saturday. So this is interesting that they mention a couple of tornadoes 3 days out. So we have to watch that. That's interesting. So for day 4 here, we have a slight risk already in parts of North Dakota and Montana there for day 4, which is Sunday. So there might be some more severe weather on Sunday in those areas. Be aware. And day 5, they also have a slight risk for day 5 for parts of Nebraska and South Dakota there for Monday. So this will go from there to there. So this is on day 5 already, a slight risk. So this could be really strong on Monday. So be aware in those areas for next Monday. But first deal with the storms today, of course. So let's see. For day 6, nothing. Day 7, day 8, nothing. So let's see if there are any fires here, because yesterday at last second they issued a critical fire there, but today it is only elevated in parts of Nevada and Idaho and even Utah. And day 2, there's nothing. I think they don't say anything here. So let's see. Some rainfall for today, day 1. Take a look here. For day 2, the rainfall. Day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, and days 1 through 7 shows more for the southeast, northeast, the plains, and more for Canada there. So let's see here the low pressures and cold fronts, and let's see excessive rainfall. For today there are 3 slight risks for flash flooding from parts of New Mexico to Wyoming, this marginal around it, affecting northern Mexico too, and this light there in Kansas and Nebraska and Iowa and northwestern Missouri, and this light there in parts of Minnesota, North Dakota, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Montana, and this big marginal all the way from Oklahoma to Canada. So let's see. Day 2 also a marginal down there, and this marginal from Colorado to Ontario, and this light from Kansas to Illinois. Day 3, Jesus, there's this big marginal like traversing half of the country, going all the way from New Mexico and Arizona all the way there to the northeast. So that'll be interesting. So day 4, a margin on the east coast, in the north and in the southwest too. Day 5, that they have a slight there for the upper Midwest and those areas there, and 2 marginals. So be aware. So let's see. This, nothing. And let's see for today, for tomorrow and after tomorrow. Do they have anything for the heat? Nothing. So let's see what else we can see. Can we see? So let's see. For Canada here, we have, I don't know why this doesn't load. Let's see. We have some warnings there for rainfall in parts of Alberta and rainfall. And we might get some severe thunderstorm watches in parts of Alberta and Saskatchewan today, because the enhanced risk in the U.S. goes all the way up there into the Canada border. So they might have some severe thunderstorm watches there later for Saskatchewan. So some rainfall warnings there too. Some heat warnings up in the north. And this gray are special weather statements for some hot temperatures. And yeah, the rainfall warnings. And this is it. Let's see here. Wait. Here for the US. So there are just some heat advisories there in Texas, Oklahoma, and some excessive heat watches in Oklahoma, and still some heat advisories in the Carolinas, and some flood watches there in the Rockies and Southwest. and some red flag warnings there. Wind advisory, an excessive heat warning in California, and a wind advisory. So these change all the time here. Let's see what else we might get. We maybe should look at some temperatures here. Let's see. So day 1 max temperatures 100s there in the southwest, lots of 100s, 90s all the way up there, and some 90s there too. For day 2 here, let's see. This is mean temperatures, but let's see max temperatures. Shows still 100s there and lots of 90s. Day 3. Wait. Max here. Day 4 max. Let's see. Day 5. Day 6. Day 7. So very hot there in the plains, the south and in the southwest. Let's see. There's this 24-hour max wind gusts in the plains, windy, but it shows very windy in the northern Rockies there, parts of Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, so be aware. Let's see some 48-hour quantitative precipitation, and yeah, this is mainly it, I think. Stay safe from the storms today and warn others.